Hello, viewers. Welcome to another uh, fresh episode of Online Pattanga. And today we have another fresh topic. Uh, the topic is cricket today. So I'm sure we are all crazy cricket fans, and we just I think witnessed a small series, India New Zealand series, and before that, of course, there was this World Cup, right? So we have lots to talk about cricket, of course. Uh, we have a nice panel here with us from different different countries. From Germany, we have Alan Kutina. He's not only a great cricketer himself, but also you know has great opinions about everything in cricket. Uh, from Cork, Ireland, we have Dagny Pinto. He he is someone whom I call the Mohandas Menon of our group. He's got the stats for absolutely everything. And then we have uh, Abdul Qayyum. Uh, he is actually from US and India. Currently, he is in India for some time. So he is also a big sports fan uh, and uh, and brings great insights usually during our discussion. That was a
Also,
small intro.
but introduce yourself as well.
Yeah, sure. So
Yeah.
I'm Kevin. So yeah, I do watch sports as well, cricket including, and of course we are all passionate about cricket in this country, right? And we sometimes go overboard with our opinions and uh, criticism as well. But that's what it is when you have a great sport like cricket.
So the first point I had about this tournament was the timing of the tournament, which didn't make any sense when we have a world tournament like World Cup happening, and we just finished our T20 World Cup. I mean, I think we needed a cricket break, honestly, for a month or so. I mean, which was not provided. And also this series, feels like it didn't happen. I know we had 6 matches scheduled. I don't think we played more than two full matches, if I'm not wrong. We had two full matches, and it's inconsequential. To be honest, this series was inconsequential, and
Yeah,
judging anyone's form only on based on this series is hard on the player. So initially, I was against having Rishabh Pant in that squad, but I would say he didn't get enough chances in this tournament as well. I mean, two chances are not good enough. So I
yeah.
feel the
So
same.
there's
This
this there's this online lot of debate right going on with whether Rishabh Pant he's been trolled a lot as well for this series and even in the past. Of course, he didn't play much in the World Cup. But what do you think of Rishabh Pant in shorter in the white ball cricket, right? Especially when you have someone like Sanju Samson, warming the benches.
Yeah, that is really disappointing to see one player getting unequal opportunities. That is true. I mean, not just Samson, there are other players. There is Prithvi Shaw, there is Suraj Gaikwad, there are many other white ball specialists, I can say, in India, and especially seeing them not getting enough chances compared to players like Rishabh Pant begs that question. And because I don't think he has ever played a match-winning superior innings in white ball cricket. Like Test of course, his amazing performance in the Australia series is something we should remember. I think everyone remembers him because of that series. So I don't think he
So
has
you're so
transformed
you're
that.
in yeah you're in for Rishabh Pant. You're backing Rishabh Pant. Dagny, what do you think? Sorry, Alan, I'll cut you short. Uh,
Okay.
Dagny, Dagny, what do you think
Yeah,
of
um,
this? Will you back Rishabh
yeah.
Pant?
Speaking about Rishabh Pant, see, he has got a lot of chances across all formats, and I think he has performed well in Test cricket. And ODI, he has a couple of performances, and T20, he has done well in IPL. But thing is, we have a very good tight competition in the Indian team right now, where there is no chance of you performing inconsistently for even few matches, like maybe 5 matches or even lesser than that, because there are plenty of good players in our team who can easily play. And Rishabh Pant, the way he gets out and the way he has maintained his fitness, he is not giving good signs of him deserving his spot in the team. considering that, I would feel like definitely guys like Sanjay Samson or Ishan need to be given more chances in T20. However, Punch, I feel like he deserves the spot in the test, and I would say in ODI is crucial here. That's what my point of
Okay,
view is on
thank you. Yeah, it's always a big debate, right, on how much we should be backing our players, right? We know that people like Rohit Sharma have been backed for long, and then they have reached this point. So, how much is too much is always, I think, the question. Wondering what Abdul Qayyum has to say on this, right? Do you
I'll
think people
go.
like
I will. I
Pant or
do
KL
go
Rahul?
with. Yeah. So I do go with what Dagny suggests, right? So we have given enough chances to Rishabh Pant, and it's not like we do not have any options. So we have multiple options, and it is like there are like Ishan Kishan. You have Ishan Kishan, then you have Sanju Samson. And looking at how Rishabh Pant has performed at different levels, right? So he has performed at the test level. So there's no doubt regarding that. He has played outside the country. He has won matches in Australia multiple times. So he is suited for the red ball cricket, but not for. I would not uh, recommend him for the red ball cricket, right? For the white ball cricket right now, for the ODIs and the T20, and especially on the T20 side, right? Now we have just completed one World Cup, right? Now we should start looking at giving others an opportunity and getting that team ready, because the T20 World Cups are just in two. I think it is in 2 years once we have this World Cup, right? So we do have. I would strongly recommend Ishan Kishan as one of the options, because I do think that whatever opportunities he has been an aggressive batsman. He does give you that opening option as well, and then might be in the longer format in the ODI internationals, right? So we can try Sanju Samson. So that would be my one option. And then you asked me regarding KL Rahul. So he is a classy player, but he is not consistent again. Right? So I don't know why he was assigned the vice captain, but I don't think so. From my opinion, I don't think so. We need to carry him forward in the long run in any of the formats. You need to start looking into some young blood who are aggressive, and yeah. So basically, few of the T20 team needs to be completely revamped since we have just finished the World Cup. The 1 day internationals, we are just starting to finalize the team to get the roles identified, the different positions identified, get your team fixed, and start rotating less. Right? You do have a fixed lot of people who are performing at different levels whom we have already given opportunities. Um, so now I think it's better we stop introducing new players. We have a list of players, carry on with them, see how they perform, give opportunities, and then start. At least maybe 6 months before the match starts, right before the World Cup starts, start to have your final team and stick with it. Stop giving rest to players as well, right? Nowadays, what we do is we start saying that okay, we need rest. Virat needs rest. Rohit Sharma needs rest. It's time we stop giving them rest. Keep sticking with the same team. Keep rotating them within the team, different positions. Try it out and ensure we have some core team ready at least 6 months prior to the World Cup, the One Day International.
Thanks, Kayum. I'm a big fan of backing people, right? I think if you trust people, we need to back. Always the question remains that how much is too much, right? So people like I think my personal opinion is I think Pant can be backed. I think Pant always the issue has been with his not his ability. It's always with his mindset. If you remember, I think the Test series in Australia, or it may be some other innings where he played a really a match-winning knock. Before that, he was out. He was getting out for very silly, very silly way. And I remember Rahul Dravid was not all happy with it, and he actually mentioned that in a press conference that I think we need to speak to him, right? And after that, he played that innings, which was like scintillating, right? So that's what is needed constantly with him. I think. I think, of course, with Rahul Dravid there, he was not there in the recent series, but I think we need someone like Rahul Dravid to, kind of tune him, keep tuning him again, right? He's always been that, right? If you remember, I don't know how many of you guys remember, but his first Test match, if I'm not wrong, against West Indies, in West Indies, I think, or in India, the first ball he faced, he stepped down the pitch and hit it for a six. Okay, it was a six. It's a great shot. But tell me, how many people would do that? First ball, your debut, right, without even facing anything, and the situation didn't demand a six at all. So that's the character he is, right? Just someone like Virendra Sehwag.
Yeah. So he's like a maverick, something like Virendra Sehwag or maybe Liam Davidson.
Yeah,
Not like he's
yeah,
like an exceptional talent. Yeah.
correct. So the talent is so much oozing that it needs to be kind of regulated or filtered out something, right? Somebody needs to do that.
But how much
And
till when do you do that? That's the question, right? So
exactly,
now, for
I think
example,
that's
if
a
you are looking him for a World Cup, right, for the one day international World Cups now, so till when do you? Because it's not like till now no one has spoken to him, right? There are people are counseling him. It's like once he enters into the once he plays for India, people do constantly speak to him. They do constantly. They're in constant touch. They give them constant feedback. So now the problem is till when do you wait this? Because it should not be that okay, you see 6 months down the line and still you're not improved, and then you start looking for someone new, right? And then you cannot groom that person. So till what time do you wait and see that he starts showing you results, and then you take a
yeah.
decision that
To be honest, I don't know when was. I mean, we have not had a long run with one ODIs, right? We can completely almost ignore the recent series, ODI series. It's nothing, right? And before that, we had this T20 World Cup. Uh, I don't know. I know he has not played those huge innings in ODIs, but of course, now the debate, if at all, the question is about Sanju Samson versus Rishabh Pant. I think Sanju Samson again is a great talent, but he's also not. He's also prone to this type of behavior. If you guys remember, he is also a bit of inconsistent, has been, but here and there he plays those scintillating knocks. Alan, what do you take of? What's your call on Sanju Samson or like other people like Ishan Kishan? Ishan Kishan is again not a very consistent player as well, right? And if you talk, even if you talk about Surya Kumar Yadav, right? He's been doing great in the recent World Cup, but if you saw in the World ODIs, yes, I mean again some low scores as well. So I think everybody's inconsistent currently. They are consistently inconsistent in the Indian team. So whom do you pick is the question, right? When
Uh,
the person like
my
Rohit Sharma himself is not scoring much.
my opinion is completely different. To have a wicket keeper is a secondary. I mean, it's not that important as in a test match. Is what I feel. We can have, to be honest, I feel KL Rahul can be that wicket keeper. I mean, he's good enough with the bat. He's better than Samson for sure. More consistent than Samson. Maybe not, and he can play aggressive
KL
innings.
Rahul in which format?
All three formats. I mean, he can play all
KL
three
Rahul.
formats, but not as a keeper. Keeper in ODI and T20 maybe more T20 than ODIs as well, because I think I mean, KL Rahul can change gears pretty quick if he wants to. But thing is, he has been very conservative in his approach. That something to do with his approach is what I feel. There are other players because
I think
Samson,
the issue is with approach for almost every player, right?
yeah,
So I know there's no question of talent. I think everybody has talent at this level. But KL Rahul, I think, uh, has been that one player who has been given so many opportunities so far over the years. I think.
but if you look at his stats, I'm pretty sure I don't have it in front of me, but it's one of the top three or top four of Indian batsmen at the moment, if I'm not wrong. So we can
but
check. Of course,
but
he didn't play in the ICC World Cup, but if you
I'm
see his
tempted to
performance,
I'm tempted to
Yeah.
quote Sidhu Navjot Singh Sidhu about statistics. But yeah, go ahead. Thank
Yeah, my point, I think Kevin and Alan, is you guys are talking about the actual strategy. We don't have to remember. Like, you have to think about the impact performances. Like, when you think about Rishabh Pant, what do you think? Like, him hitting Hazelwood for a 4 inch wicket series at the end. So that is really high impact. You can't forget it. KL Rahul, maybe debut test match, he scored a century in second innings. Ishan Kishan, most probably in IPL and maybe one or two matches in England. These are things which, like, you have to remember. Like, has he played high impactful innings where you can't even forget it? You don't have to actually go to quick info Pittsburgh and like start searching and like
okay,
Moses Sidhu said, like statistics
I
are
have a
like minute
counter for
for.
that. I have
Yeah.
a counter for that. They have won the World Cup, and we remember Dhoni six. It was impactful, but the player who played a good innings was Gautam Gambhir. You may not
Gautam
like him
Gambhir.
for his opinion. He has been consistent in all the finals which he played. So he has been, but nobody talks about him. So he's KL Rahul is such kind of player. He may not be flamboyant or flashy shots at the end, or have an impact of hitting Hazelwood for six, for example. But
But KL Rahul, can you give an example of such type of innings?
I can't think of top of my mind because we didn't win a World
But
Cup.
you
World Cup
remember,
is
no, you remember Gautam Gambhir, but you don't remember KL Rahul.
Yeah, correct,
there's important
exactly.
difference. There's important difference because we won the World Cups. We remember the World Cups more often than bilateral. Even though bilateral for me are equally important. I don't understand why in cricket we say give more importance to World Cup, but World Cup is only 11 countries playing it. It's not really a World Cup. So I still feel bilaterals are
Yeah,
equally
I mean,
important.
But do you know
I
how
mean,
many
you can.
centuries Rahul has scored in one
Yes,
day
I have.
internationals?
I just got the
And I think,
stats here. He has scored five one-day centuries. He
and
has
from
seven
and from when is he playing for India?
2016, 45
Yeah,
matches.
so 2016. So
Yeah,
2016, he's playing since 2016.
yeah.
And how many of them have India won actually?
That stat I don't have, but I'm pretty sure it's major of the matches, majority of the matches. So you can check that
So
out.
his average is 45. It is still better than Rishabh Pant. But he's
Yeah,
been playing for
He's playing for more
45
six
matches.
years. He's been playing
but you
for
should
six years.
count the matches than the years. 45 matches in 6 years is not huge.
Mhm.
So if it is not even 10 matches per year, to be honest. So it depends
But
on
his
how many
test,
matches.
okay.
Yeah.
In IPL, in T20, I is averaging 37 internationals and having a strike rate of 139, which is not bad for an opener. I mean, it's not great. It's not 160. For T20 international, he has played 72 T20 internationals and his highest is 110. He has two T20 centuries, 22 half centuries in T20. So it's significant. It's not like he's hitting a half century once in 20 matches. He's
Yeah.
once in three matches, close to once in three matches. So I would say we are just overlooking him because of his bad performance in the World Cup. Of course, he did not play well.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
my take on
All right.
KL
We
Rahul,
are
I
running.
think
Yeah.
Kevin
Okay, fast.
just confirm. Like I kind of some extent I would agree with Alan. See, like KL Rahul, I remember his test match innings in like Lords and like he played very well and like the opening burst from Anderson and brought he played well and like he kind of India that match and then even IPL orange cap he always wins. But the thing is the approach with which he played. Like this World Cup, we have lost it in the power play and the death, right? Our death bowling was pathetic and opening power play. We are UAE is the only team who is worse than us when it comes to power play average number of runs scored by Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul. So with KL Rahul, I'll not talk about Rohit Sharma for now. I think there's different case with him, considering the captaincy and his overweight issue. But KL Rahul, I believe it's all about his mental approach. If he decides that he can go ahead and just start hitting, he has huge potential, I believe. He can do it. Yeah,
So,
I've
so,
seen so many matches in Punjab, when he played for Punjab, where he has gone for it, when he's given full expression. So, yeah, Kevin, you can
so
go ahead.
what I feel about that approach in the first 6 overs, I don't think it's just KL Rao's approach. It was Team India's approach, which they switched, is what I feel after the Pakistan game, and they saw people in the World Cup were getting more runs in the last 10 overs, and they thought that formula will work for us throughout the World Cup, which it didn't. So I think it was a team approach rather than his personal approach. The way they handled the first six, I think the intention was to not lose wickets and go big in the last 10 with Sky and Virat still
Yeah,
there. ODI, I would say I would give a chance with the current form to Ruturaj Gaikwad, Prithvi Shaw. I would not take Rohit Sharma as my captain. It will be either KL Rahul or Shikhar Dhawan as my captain, who has been consistent.
No, you can
So
just name the players. We can talk to the captain at the end.
okay, then that's okay. Then I can't really, have a list of 11 right now immediately without having names
No, you can
around me.
just go for it. We'll not.
So then it's
Yeah,
Virat
what
Kohli.
comes on top of your head? Yeah.
Okay, Virat Kohli. I don't know if I mentioned Ruturaj Gaikwad already.
Yeah, you said
Sky,
Rutraj, Pratyusha,
Prithvi Shaw,
Virat Kohli,
Shikhar Dhawan,
Sky, Shikhar Dhawan.
Sky. Then after that, I'll have all rounders. So I wouldn't go for
So
Jadeja. I mean,
who's the wicket keeper?
a wicket keeper should be KL Rahul.
Okay.
KL Rahul, yeah. So for me, I wouldn't take extra. I wouldn't take Pant or Samson for this
What
because
about
then
Pandya?
I'm coming to the all rounders. All rounders will be Pandya. So and one of Harshal Patel or Shahbaz Khan. So at the moment, or again Deepak Chahar or Shardul Thakur. So one of these four,
What
or
about
two
Umrah?
of these four.
Okay. Oh, you have to come to
Uh,
fast bowlers.
yeah, fast ball spinners. I will still go. With, I think I'll go with Chahal, and other bowlers will be mostly pace. I will go for who's that Bumrah. I will go for Umran Malik as an option. Maybe I'm not sure if he'll mature enough till the
Okay.
World Cup.
Okay.
But who's the other guy? The left-hander guy.
Arshdeep.
Harshdeep, yeah. Sure.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Alan. Daggy, quickly.
Yeah, considering the conditions of the ODI World Cup is playing in India, so it will be Shikhar Dhawan and Rohit Sharma, my opponents. And it will be Virat Kohli at 3, followed by Shreyas Iyer and KL Rahul, middle order. So that's 5 batsmen. Then I'll have Rishabh Pant, 6, being a left-hander and he's good at playing in Indian conditions. Followed by Hardik Pandya and Ravindra Jadeja as my all-rounders in bowling. So we have 7 and 8, and I'll have Yuzvendra Chahal as spinner, if not Washington Sundar. So yeah, but Yuzi Chahal, followed by Arshdeep Singh and Bumrah as my fast bowlers. That's my last for the ODI World Cup.
Thank you. Moving on to Kayum.
Uh, my openers would be Ishan Kishan, would be a wicketkeeper, and Rohit Sharma. One down would be Virat Kohli, followed by Sky, and then I would go with Hardik Pandya as one of the all-rounders, and one more would be Washington Sundar. Apart from that, on the fast bowlers, so on the spinner side, it would be Yuzvendra Chahal and Kuldeep Yadav. Yeah, and on the fast bowlers, I definitely look at Umran Malik because we do need a fast bowling option. We don't have any fast bowlers right now. Umran Malik and Bumrah, this is Bumrah, and then Ashdeep Singh. Is
Okay.
that the 11?
Thank you. I think I actually forgotten Jadeja, but I would include Ravindra Jadeja in there, assuming he'll be fit. And I would, I think, include Sanju Samson as well as a wicketkeeper option. I know it's a bet, but I think he's still the player to watch out for at least for ODIs. I think Ishan Kishan can be in T20 and other things, but I wouldn't keep Rohit Sharma for the simple reason of his fitness currently, right? Being on the heavier side, I don't think it's an option at all, especially in ODIs. I would probably have, I mean, I think captain can be anybody, but of course, we need Sky, Virat Kohli in there, Pandya, and opening. I think Shikhar Dhawan is on and off again, so I wouldn't include him. Probably can have somebody like I would include Pant, by the way. So I would open with Pant. Samson can be in the middle order, uh, and who can accompany Pant? It can be, uh, I would say, Shubman Gill. Shubman Gill and Pant will open. Right? I think, yeah, fast bowlers, I think very much same. Umran Malik, Ashdeep, and all these guys, Bumrah. Spinner, you can Jadeja and Washington Sundar, one of the two. You can always have. That that's it, I guess. Thanks,
Okay, so
guys,
who
for your
will
time.
be our captain?
I think captain for this side, I would say Hardik Pandya.
Okay.
Hardik
Same thing
Pandya.
on my side. Hardik Pandya, I would also suggest Hardik Pandya as the captain.
So as long as Rohit Sharma is working on his fitness, which I have seen some pics recently, I think, and he has 2 or 3 double centuries in ODI World Cup, so I put my trust in Rohit Sharma.
Okay, Alan.
My captain is non Rohit Sharma, so it can be anyone. As I said, that doesn't matter.
Okay, absolutely. Okay, all right. Thanks. All right, I think
Okay,
we're at the
guys.
top of the hour, guys. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for joining. I know we're all busy, but we still made some time to join this call. Thank you so
Thanks,
much once
guys.
again, and until next time, take care and stay safe. Bye
So,
bye.
Thank you.
Ciao,
Bye.
guys. Bye.